is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Weapon Collective. My name's Jeff, and today's video is a fun one for me. Finally got the website up. It has launched. Took long enough if you've been following. So that was a pain. It was a slog, and finally it's up and running. I finally just said, hey, let's launch this thing. There's probably still some work that needs to be done, but the company I was working with is so slow and such a pain in the ass to work with that I'm just going to do it on the fly. I know people have been asking, so if you're interested in Weapon Collective merch, please go check the website out. It is theweaponcollective.com. Put it right down here somewhere and go check it out. Bear with me. Like I said, it's such a simple website. I can't believe that it took this long. I should have just had AI build something, but it is what it is, but it's up and it will evolve along the way. So that's good to have in the rear view. And then the other stuff, I'm just going to kind of rant and free flow here, and we're going to look at some guns. That's what I like to do. So let's do that. Let's get to the good stuff. So my most recent video was the Race City Defense video. So I was looking at this Race City Defense 5-inch and this guy, the Race City Defense 4 1/4. Now, I say all this in the video, so if you've seen that, there may be a little redundancy, but man, I have been shooting this gun quite a bit recently, and this thing is, I tell you, I'm a big fan of this pistol. This one is Cerakoted in this black multicam, and I just really like this gun. You know, it's one of these guns that I'm going to say, the first time I picked it up, I didn't have like an immediate bond with this gun. But the more I've shot it, now when I pick it up and in the hand, it just feels so good. This pistol is growing on me a lot, I'll say that. And it does have this inline porting, and this thing just shoots really nice, flat, soft, and I love it. It's a fun gun. So all you guys out there that aren't familiar with Race City Defense, check these out. And if you haven't seen my Race City Defense video, go check it out. I've just been really happy with how this gun is shooting. And the 4 1/4, this one I'm sending back to Race City because it needs to get the modern ports. They started out, this is an early model, their ports were smaller, and they will update your pistol if you send it into them, if you have an early model one like me. So I'm excited to get this thing back eventually and see how opening those ports up and see how that changes how this thing shoots. It's a nice shooting gun, but it's a 4 1/4, much more snappy than a 5-inch, even ported. But with those new ports, interested to see how that happens. But if you're not familiar with Race City Defense, go check them out. I think they're doing some cool stuff. Then what else have I been doing? Well, I've been tinkering in the garage, that's for sure. So let's start with this one because it's been on the channel before. So I have this Staccato XC that I put the Atlas grip kit on. So this is an Atlas grip, all aluminum with the Atlas tactical flared magwell. I really like that. And you've seen this on the channel before. But what I did do is I put an infinity trigger in there. That green trigger, I think that looks super slick and it is nice. So just a little bit of take up, nice defined wall, nice break, and the reset is good, audible, tactile, but I will say this. I'm no gunsmith, so me doing this, it took me a few attempts to get that reset right. I had to play with that sear spring, because when I initially did this, I just left it too light, the trigger, and I got to the range and it would shoot, but it wouldn't reset, always. Not reliably, I will say. So I've played with it some more, and now I need to get back out to the range and see if my work is to snuff, because everything feels good here, but need to see if live fire that functions. But man, I'll tell you, these grip kits from Atlas are freaking awesome. First off, they delete the grip safety, which I absolutely love. I hate grip safeties. Just full delete feels so much better in the hand. You never have to worry about that ever being an issue. I've had guns where the grip safety is a little finicky, and I just much prefer not having it. Now, caveat to that is if I was carrying a 2011, give me a grip safety, okay. But for what I'm doing, I don't carry a 2011, and just as a range gun, no grip safety for me. So there is a gun I have that I really like, and that is the Cabot Insurrection. And I got in touch with them, and they have a little pin. They'll send you a roll pin. I didn't realize it was just a little teeny roll pin, but they sent it out to me so I could pin the grip safety. But see, now the grip safety is non-functional, no problems, which is great. But now it has this big memory bump on it, which I don't like. I'd rather that just be nice, flush, smooth beaver tail like this. See the difference? So I don't know. I would like it. I just need to get a new beaver tail and find one that is actually flush in black and swap that out. That should work. But I mention that just to really emphasize that I don't like grip safeties. I think that's so much more comfortable without them. And I just am a big fan of the way that Atlas does that, and all the other companies that do. But being able to get a grip safety delete on the Staccato XC is awesome. I really like the aesthetic of this green infinity trigger. Anxious to see how it shoots now that I believe I've got that reset figured out. Like I said, this has been on the channel before, minus the infinity trigger. But then as I do late one night just on the internet, and I'm on Atlas's page, and I see that they have a grip kit for the Prodigy. So of course I had to do a grip kit on my 5-inch Prodigy comp. Now, that looks so slick to me. And I will say, when I initially got the XC grip, it just comes in this raw aluminum, and I was gonna get it anodized, but then this has really grown on me. I love this look of just the raw aluminum. So anyway, I threw that together on this 5-inch Prodigy comp and also set it up similar. So Prodigy frame, Prodigy barrel slide, and then Atlas grip, Atlas trigger, this gold trigger in there. But then I got a infinity ignition kit in this. So the hammer, the sear, the disco are all infinity parts, which pretty cool. There's a lot of interesting stuff happening in this gun. And yeah, you just feel that it's just a little grittier, nowhere near that XC buttery slide for sure. But that's the Prodigy, and it's got a good trigger. It's actually, the wall in this is actually better than in the XC. Just more defined. Very clear wall. Nice clean break. Nice reset, and just feels good. I love this infinity hammer too. I think that is just beautiful. So I just wanted to show you guys these. I really dig these guys. So there will be a range video with, I don't know what I'll call it, the Atlas grip kits on some other guns. So these are cool. I like it. This one, what are the differences? Oh, this one also has infinity grip screws. I did leave the original Prodigy mag release in there in that black, because the Atlas one is this raw aluminum as well, which looks good. I just wanted to do something a little different and went with the original black, which I like. I think it looks good, especially with these infinity grip screws. I think those look super cool. And then these, which one? Of course, it's just a mix and match. On the Staccato XC, I have these little infinity grip screws, which you can't really hardly see, but I like knowing they're there. And then, oh, one thing I forgot to do is I do need to put a Dawson Precision toolless guide rod in this. I have one upstairs and I need to swap it out. So after this video, next time you see this, it will have a Dawson Precision toolless guide rod in it. But I can't speak highly enough about these Atlas grip kits. They just feel so good. And I will say, 2011 world, it's not like the striker fired world where you buy something for a Glock and it fits your Glock every time. There is or can be a little fitment required with these grips, but luckily for me, both of these frames slid right onto these guys, no issue, just bolted right on. So good on you, Atlas. That is some nice tolerances you're working with. So perfect fit. I don't know if you'll have a similar experience, but I think you might because they got it dialed for sure. Oh, one last thing regarding these Atlas grips is I got this, swapped it out on this Staccato XC, but that means now I have an extra Staccato XC grip laying around. Well, lucky enough, at that time I had just ordered this gun, this Mac 9 DS Duty Comp, which I like this gun. Cheap gun, $1,000, and relatively, relative to the rest of the 2011s, this thing is cheap, but it is a good gun. I will say that. Or I should say, it's a fantastic starting place for a great gun. Out of the box, it's a very, very decent gun. But with an extra XC grip laying around, I'm able to swap that out and throw it on this Mac 9. I think that is just a huge upgrade because the grip that comes on this thing, questionable. It's not the best grip. So being able to do that is fantastic. So just a point of view for anyone that's thinking of, well, I just have this gun, and if I order a grip, because all these 2011 grips are expensive, if I get that grip, I just had say your gun's relatively new, what am I going to do with a fairly new grip? Well, eventually, I think it's nice to have parts laying around and you get a different gun, you're able to kind of play with things and make some different combinations and put something very cool together and make it your own and unique. That's what I like doing. I spend a lot of time tinkering, and trust me, I've had plenty of ideas. I go out there, take it apart, try to make it work, and it doesn't. So it is kind of nice to have some extra parts laying around. That there's been a lot of guns like this one, back to this Mac 9. It still has the original trigger in it because I tried to replace it and it just, with what I had on hand, the trigger I tried to put in it didn't work and ended up back with the original trigger. Although I did do some tweaking to the sear spring, so it is a very light trigger, as I've said in the past, on the bleeding edge of functional, but it is very light. I mean, it is spicy. But even with the original parts, I was able to get this thing right where I wanted it. And we'll see if it maintains that functionality, but so far it has, and the Mac 9's been a very fun gun. But that's just kind of the main point of this video, was to announce the website launch. And I'm very excited about that. And as I said, it's going to evolve. It's just taken far too long that I finally said, we're launching, get it up, and we'll make some adjustments along the way. So please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm Jeff for the Weapon Collective, reminding you, keep your weapons collected and keep collecting your weapons. I'll catch you next time.